Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly episode and got some cool stuff, as usual. So, scored a super treasure hunt today. Boom, Lotus. This is sweet. Okay, I'm excited. I scored a super. I got it off the pegs. It's been a long time since that happened. I had to go pick up some coffee for me and the wife at Starbucks. I'm like, I'm going to door warm Target for, I don't get a chance to do that too often, but it is fun, to do it at a chance of fresh stocked diecast. It's bittersweet though. I was beat to the pegs by like seconds by another collector. And how did I score the super? Well, it's because he went right to the car culture and scored a Speed Machines Chase Porsche. That stings a little bit because I would rather have that than this, especially considering I already have one of these. But hey, I scored a super today. That is always a fun day to do that. Card is in pristine condition. I think I'm going to have to talk to my buddy Todd, though, because I think he has one of these on a crappy card, and he gave me the last one that I had, the super that I do have of this, so I kind of feel it's probably the right thing to do to give him this one. So that's probably where this is going to go. So I'm not going to open it up, but I will, we'll reiterate the super anyway, because I do have one loose, and so we'll take a look at it. You might as well. I scored some other goodies from this case. Well, this super has D-case on it. And it looks like these cars are E-case. I don't know what's going on with Hot Wheels these days. I'm so behind. So I did pick up a regular, however you pronounce this, Evija. I don't know. We have fun trying to pronounce these. So I got a regular one to open up. I picked up the 86 Toyota van. I picked up the 82 Cadillac Seville, very neat. Snag another Lotus here, the Lotus Emira. I got the Godzilla Skyline GTR. That's pretty cool. That's the hot one in the case, right? Pretty sure. Another thing that's in the case that's probably pretty hot too is the Gasser. Always a favorite casting of collectors and scalpers and everyone else alike. So that was cool. The DMC DeLorean. Love that casting. Very fantastic. I would love to see a brand do a premium version of this. That would be neat. Auto World? Do a DeLorean. Why not? Just do it. It'd be cool to see you do one. It'd also be cool to see like Mini GT maybe do one or somebody like that. But anyway, another one for the wish list. 86 Ford Thunderbird. Cool. The BMW 507. Pretty neat, nifty little new casting for 2023. Another favorite. So this case is actually pretty jammed with like scalper favorites. You got a Gasser in there, a Skyline, and then you also have this 90 Honda Civic EF, which is another one that people be grabbing. So cool to get that. So it was nice to hit a fresh case. So I was looking through the Hot Wheels. He was looking through the car culture right away. I mean, he saw that the thing was right on the front. He grabbed it, boom, and I saw him grab it, and then I cried a little bit. And then I'm like, whoa, super, right on the pegs, right on the front. So I didn't have time to, to take a picture for the gram or anything like that. I just started grabbing some mainline cars that I wanted. And then he snagged those, and then he moved over to the right, and there were the Ultra Hot set. So the new Ultra Hot set. So I was able to snag one of the desirable ones, the Honda Civic Si. So I do have that one. That's pretty nifty. And then I did not get a Silvia, though, because there was only one, the Silvia S14 Drift. There was only one on the pegs, and he got it. And oddly, I don't know if these are coming out in waves or what, but the full set was not there. So I'm not sure exactly, or if maybe he grabbed some of the set. I thought he just grabbed the Silvia. But there's a Cougar that I don't have. Well, I'll show you what I do have. That'd probably be easier. So I got the El Camino, the Shelby GT 500, the Brazilian Dodge Charger. So that leaves the Cougar, the Sylvia, the Pontiac Firebird, and the Volkswagen SP2. So some people don't like this set. They think it's goofy. I love it. These Ultra Hots are very much like my childhood style Hot Wheels. I actually really dig the Ultra Hot Wheels. Okay, call me crazy, whatever, but it's nostalgic for me. So I think they're pretty cool. So we're going to open up all of that stuff, sans the Super, but I do have a loose Super to show you, just in case you missed the episode where I actually opened that Super. We'll take a look at that. I also, that doesn't conclude the store finds. I did locate at Walmart some of the Matchbox moving parts. I think this is the latest wave, but the one we're going to open up today is this 1995 Volkswagen Golf Mark III in red. I thought this looked pretty neat, so of course I picked that up, and we're going to open it and check that out. And then I picked up this Bugatti Chiron Per Sport Majorette off the pegs as well. And I'll be darned, you know, I think I already have this. I have been mentioning it in every episode as of late, but I do feel like I've completely lost track of my collection. Like, it's really hard, aside from a few things like Auto World. That I can still keep track of, but did I already pick this up? I cannot remember. And I kind of looked around my room, and I don't see it anywhere offhand. But my room here for the diecast stuff, it's a mess. It's a mess. Again, it needs to be cleaned up. But the problem is when I do clean up, I put stuff away, and then it becomes kind of a pain to start digging it out. So that's collector problems 101. I have too much stuff, and I really should start paring it down, but it's hard. All right, anyway, we need to move on. Sorry about that little sad story there, but we're going to open this up because I don't know where my other one is if I do have it, and I don't recall if I ever did get it, so I'm just going to, well, we might end up with two. Okay, so away she goes. All right, I got, the rest of this stuff is going to be stuff I got in the mail, basically. We've got Auto World, got this brand new Auto World store exclusive Starion, and that is pretty awesome. This looks sick. And the really cool thing about this is kind of neat thing about this that makes it cool, it's got like foil print on the packaging, which is something a bit different. So it's a store exclusive. Makes it look a little bit more special. I got a couple of these, of course. Didn't score an Ultra Red in my box. That would have been really cool. But those are probably very limited. I'm guessing that the Chase it's going to be either limited to 52 pieces or 104 is my guess. And my guess is probably limited to 52. Auto World, if you're watching, somebody from there, Chad or Mike, let me know. I am curious, so, at how many of those were produced. But speaking of Ultra Reds, got 3 of them here. Okay, so this was an eBay. Scored this for a really good deal. This one is from 2022 release 3, and I was missing this one, and I was also missing this one, which my buddy Diecast picked up for me. Had it shipped right to my house. So now I got this set complete. So with that being said, we are only going to open up one of these because I'm going to save the other one for the complete series video. It's just the way I roll with those. So that's what we're going to do. I think what I'm going to save actually is the Cadillac because I have another Challenger Hellcat to open up, and we can kind of compare these two a little bit, maybe. That might be fun. But this one I got from my buddy Todd, and these are very limited. This is a Mio exclusive, Ultra Red Challenger, and this looks really cool. So it's got gold rims, red tires. The regular edition's limited to 3,600. I don't know how Mio exclusives runs their chases as far as percentage-wise. But it could be like 1 per 24. It could be 1 per 48. I think. I don't really know for sure. But so I'm not really 100% certain on the math on these Mio ones. But either way, it's a tough one to get unless you just want to throw money at it on eBay. So I don't know. Todd ended up with 2 of these, I think, almost accidentally. So he ended up selling me one. So I picked up one at a good deal from him. And then speaking of my buddy Todd, I also got this from him at our last meet. I bought this Kyosho off of him. He's kind of like clearing out some of the premium diecast stuff he had. I don't know if he had a duplicate of this or what, but it's a Kyosho Beads collection car, and I just couldn't pass that up. So I had to snag that. It's a Skyline GTR R33, and Kyosho Beads collection, if you're not familiar with that, they're older Kyosho 164 scale cars, and typically they have like, it's like a stepped up Kyosho. It's usually got a little bit more detail than a standard Kyosho release, and Kyoshos are really detailed as it is. So yeah, these things are really cool. So if you find any Beads collection Kyoshos, highly recommend you pick them up and then you mail them to me. That would be awesome. Thank you very much. All right, and then lastly, I got a couple. I had to place an order with J-Card Diecast, and I ended up getting, I'm not going to show you everything I got from him. It wasn't too much stuff. There's a couple more Auto World pieces and stuff like that. But he had these on his site. These are Redbox Tomica Premiums, and he had a good price on these. These ones are actually kind of tough to find. They're like the limited edition first color release of the cars. And the Redbox ones are kind of tough to get here in the U.S. And if you, well, they're not tough to get. They're just way more expensive to get. It's harder for me to get them. So I guess is what I'm saying. So I picked these up. I got the Diablo and I got the Senna. And we're going to, of course, open those up. And then I've got 2 black box Tomica Premiums that I got from HobbyLink Japan, which I'm always way too late to the game to try to get pre-order these ones. The red box one, but I got 2 black box Tomica Premiums to look at. We got a Ferrari and a Lambo. So those will be very cool as well. So we've got a lot to look at. Let's get a thumbnail together here real quick. I think we should probably show reds, right? We got a lot of red stuff going on. So how's that? That's gonna be good for the algorithm. I'm gonna get lots of clicks because of that thumbnail. You watch. All right. Thank you guys. Let's go ahead and flip this around. Let's look at this stuff up close. All right, folks, let's go ahead and start by, here, there's a super. All right, so, yeah, Magically Loose. No, this is the one I already had. It's a beautiful super. It really is. I think it's a great looking one. I know that the casting itself maybe leaves a little bit desired in the way of accuracy to the actual vehicle, okay, but I think it looks pretty cool, and I love the wheel choice on this super, all of that stuff. It's just it's a beautiful car, and of course I'm a little biased because it's like ultra red colored, and you know, it's my favorite color of diecast. All right, so Lotus, here's a regular. Go ahead and pop this open and take a peek at that. You know, you never know. You guys might be new to the channel, might be new to collecting entirely. So just a quick little, you know, reiteration on what super treasure hunts are. You got the TH logo usually somewhere on the vehicle. You've got, of course, Spectra Flame paint, which is like a translucent paint where you can kind of see the metal texture underneath the paint. You got rubber tires. And yeah, pretty nifty. So here's the regular. The paint on this is pretty nice too. It's kind of just a metal flake red. You got the standard plastic wheels, and of course no TH logo. Also on the card, there's a little Circle Flame logo behind the car as well. So if you're new to the hobby, that's what you are looking for. I'm going to guess the majority of you that are watching this video are not new to the hobby. And there you go. Super treasure hunts, tough to find because you got a lot of people that are definitely after them, and they you know, I was shocked, honestly, to find it just sitting there right on the front peg while it was ready to open. But luckily, a guy got distracted by something else, but unluckily, it was something I'd rather have than the Super. It is what it is, you know? You can't win them all. All right, DMC DeLorean. This casting's been around for quite some time. Had quite a few releases. Couple different iterations of the casting. There's like a premium model that has opening doors that's been released as a convention model, also in the RLC. Haven't seen that one for a little while now, but this mainline version is pretty nice as well. We got it in blue right there. Toyota van. This was a new casting for last year, but I'm gonna say that the paint scheme for this one in 2023 is the best one so far. Classic old school looking Toyota color, and it's just I like this casting a lot. I like vans a lot, so I don't know. I think it looks really cool how they kind of stylized this van, and it's just a really cool looking van in general. Again, I would love to see a diecast brand do a premium, legit, like 1/64 scale version of this model van. I think that would be a winner. So get on that, somebody. That would be cool. All right, next we got the 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser. Again, a collector favorite. This one might not get hoarded as much. You know, is the love affair over for this casting? Have we seen enough of it? I know some of us have. It won't stick around on the pegs, though. People will still be grabbing them. Now, it also is a customizer's favorite, but the detraction is going to be the fact that this has a like pinkish red windshield, which is something when you're making customs is slightly difficult to get around. And I'm guessing that that would be the only deterrent from it constantly getting picked up. You got Vitesky fabrication on there. That's cool. Try 5 tear. But yeah, anytime a gasser is out, it's going to get picked up, you know, pretty obviously. That's going to happen. Another casting that's definitely going to get hoarded is going to be this guy here, the Nissan Skyline GTR R32. With Godzilla. That's pretty cool. Go ahead and open that up. So this one's definitely going to be tough for some of you to find on the pegs. You're going to probably have to be the first one to the case, or at least the first one that knows a lot about Hot Wheels to get there to pick it up. I picked up 2 of these. There was another one there that the other gentleman that was there grabbed. There might have been another one. I didn't really dig in to try to get every single one. Same with the gasser. I only picked up 1 of those. There might have been more there, but I didn't really bother with trying to hoard them. I do pick up duplicates here and there because it's nice to have them for a rainy day sometime when I'm going to a diecast meet 2 years down the road and someone had missed out on them. And I wouldn't consider that necessarily like scalping. Not that there's anything wrong with that really, but it's just, it's nice to have some extras of the desirable castings for a rainy day. All right, Lotus Myra. It's a pretty cool looking Lotus in red, so just like our Avija or whatever. Somewhat similar color, not quite the same. This is a kind of a lighter, more orangish hue. But the car itself looks pretty nice. I'm not super familiar with what the real car looks like, so I don't know how accurate this one is as opposed. It's definitely got like design cues from the other ones. Very similar looking. You know, it looks like a Lotus. So pretty nifty there. What else do we got for mainline stuff? We got the Caddy. This is cool. This is actually like a retool of an older casting. Old 82 Cadillac Seville. It's actually was one of the original Real Riders, was one of these original castings, and it's one I don't have, so after that. This also came out as like that Gucci model, I think, at a premium version of it. So yeah, it's still got the original copyright date of 1980, and then you can see it was like retooled, it looks like maybe in 2011 or recopyrighted in 2011. I don't know, this casting's got quite a bit of history, but I think it looks, for a mainline car, this looks pretty nice. You got like kind of the two-tone thing going on, and we got taillights, which are part of the interior. Always like when they make use of different pieces and parts. We got some sort of issue on the front there. Oh, this thing got fire damage. Anywho, pretty cool casting. Had to pick that up, of course. Let's see what else. Then we got the Thunderbird. Like this one. 86 Ford Thunderbird Pro Stock in like this kind of vintage looking Hot Wheels livery, which I think looks really cool. There she is there. Yeah, I'm digging that. Digging that one. That's nifty. It's nifty indeed. Pretty neat. All right. And then what else we got for mainline? We got Civic. Of course, this one is going to get hoarded as well. It's a very, very popular casting, and it's done in a very nice deco. Just basic red with the Civic logo on the side, VTEC, and you got headlights and the little Honda logo there. So this is definitely a nice version of this casting, and it will for sure get hoarded. Like it's going to be, this is going to be a tough case actually, because of there's a lot of just like nice, like I said, scalper favorite cars in the case. Like these three right here are definitely not going to get left behind very often. So if you see them, you might want to grab them for yourself. All right. Next is the BMW 507. Cool little new casting for 2023. Cute little car. Little two-seater roadster. What motor does this thing have in it? It must have, does it tell you on the back? Yeah, a V8, okay. It's a long front end. Man, a V8 in this little car. This thing, bet you, cooks. I'm not too familiar with the real car. It's funny because, and I mention it quite often, I'm not like really a car guy. I mean, I am a car guy, but I'm not like a car guy to the point where like I know like all this trivia and stuff about vehicles and a ton about the vehicles. I just don't, and that's okay. I actually often learn things from my collection more than I know things about cars, and then I'm able to apply them when I talk about these videos. I usually learn stuff from curiosity that is derived from collecting. So that's kind of a neat thing to me. Maybe not to you guys, but it is to me. All right, we're gonna take a break from Mattel for just a second. We gotta take a look at this Starion. 1986 Mitsubishi Starion. So we've seen the Dodge Conquest, which has just come out in the latest series that has hit stores for Auto World. And now this is the Japanese version. You can see first modern Japanese sports car, features two-door turbocharged 4-cylinder rear-wheel drive 4-seat hatchback and electronic fuel injection. I bet you this would be a fun car to drive. Very, very neat. Of course, I've never driven one. But 1986 Mitsubishi Starion. It came out when I was 4 years old. All right, so we got some stuff on the back here, too. So, again, this is an Auto World store exclusive. You are not one. It was produced way back in October. You are not going to find this on the pegs, okay? Don't be confused. You're not going to find this in the pegs. If you want this car, you will have to go to AutoWorldStore.com, which is where they are exclusively selling them, and I believe they are still in stock. So let me tell you guys, and I've preached this so many times, when you see that an Auto World release is limited to less than 2,500 pieces, okay? Buy it now. Do not sleep, because I'm telling you from experience, these are going to be hard to find in the future because of their limited quantities. You know, now it harkens back. I remember the patinaed square body Chevy that they released on Auto World Store. It was kind of one of the more recent releases, but it was at least a year ago now, maybe even 2, because I'm losing my mind. That was limited, I think, to the same amount. and I'm curious to see what those are going for on the secondary market. I haven't looked it up in a long time, so that might be a good one to take a peek at. Speaking of looking stuff up on eBay and stuff, I got to do another eBay video where I kind of surf eBay and kind of show you my strategies and kind of what to look for and stuff like that. That's always fun to do. So, Star Car. This thing is beautiful and definitely cooler than the Conquest version that's come out so far. The Conquest came out in a white and a red, and it's really neat, but this one's just got, I don't know, it just looks sharper, as badged as a Mitsubishi. And I should have grabbed the other one out to look and compare the toolings to see like kind of what's different about them, because I'm honestly not sure. But yeah, this is a sharp looking little car and very, very cool. And like I said, if you want one, you go now, go get it, order it, because it's going to eventually sell out, and then it's going to eventually be a pain to find. Guarantee it, guys. All right, let's open some Ultra Reds. Why not? Talking about limited editions. So they don't number these anymore, so I don't know how many of these there are. Okay, I have no idea what they're running now with these. But we're just going to open it up. I'm still very much a completionist when it comes to Ultra Reds for the standard store releases. I haven't been so much when it comes to hobby releases, mainly because of cost concern. You can get typically at least 2-to-1 ratio Ultra Reds from store releases to hobby exclusives at minimum. But just checking this out, the attributes for this release were really cool. We got white rims, Ultra Red base, Ultra Red body, of course, Ultra Red interior, and I don't think there's anything different about the motor, and there is not. But yeah, just a nice little release of this Challenger. So let's leave that sitting over there, and then let's open up this one. So this one's definitely, if you're surfing eBay, if you're looking for Ultra Reds, this one's going to be way more expensive than that one. Simple reason of, just like I told you, this is a MJ Toys exclusive, so the regular is limited to 3,600 pieces, so you can imagine that this one's going to be pretty limited. What have I done to my scissors? There it is. So let's get this open. I've been so lazy lately too. I haven't been, when I'm showing these Ultra Reds, I haven't been pulling out the regular releases to look at, but that looks pretty sweet. The regular one looks kind of cool too. I mean, it's not super awesome. I do like that these come with the boxes. Big fan of that. I was big time sad when Auto World killed the boxes with their regular store release packaging. I understand why it had to be done, but I'm still, every time I see the boxes, I get a little sad that they don't still do this. Although it does save me a bit, because saves me a bit of space, because I don't have to like have a place to store the boxes. But it was such a sweet little idea to have the boxes and then a plastic insert where the car would fit in it. So I really liked that, and I do really miss that. But enough about that. The car, Ultra Red base, Ultra Red body, Ultra Red interior, many of the same traits of this other one. But this one has red tires and gold rims. They're not gold rims on the regular release. And of course the car, looks much like this. So, very cool. Do we have to check? We have to check. Yeah, same underneath the hood. So, man, it's amazing what wheels do to a car, and I've said that several times. Now, this is a different car, technically. It's got a different hood tooling. Other than that, I think the body's exactly the same. The rear core looks exactly the same. The wheels and tires, though, are different, and it just makes this thing look a lot beefier than this. This looks a little more sleek with those low-profile tires. This looks beefy, muscly, and as it should. So, Pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm digging that. This is a really cool one to get off the list of Ultra Reds because, like I said, tough to get these hobby exclusive ones without throwing a ton of money at them. And I love Auto World. I love collecting the Ultra Reds, but often I do get more excited about the regular released cars just because, you know, they're cooler to take pictures of and stuff like that. And a chase is a chase, especially when you know, it's got the red tires and stuff. When it gets a little unrealistic, that's when I don't care as much about them usually. And but still, very cool to get them. They're very limited pieces, and of course, my whole Ultra Red collection of unique cars is loose. I do have some duplicates that are carded, so I still do open everything. And all my raws are also loose, which I have a few of those. So it's been a while since I've got one of those, though. We're going to have to get, I try to get one a year at least, so we're going to have to get a raw here sometime soon. So while we're at it, while we're looking at some cool stuff, let's take a look at this. As usual, I grab too much stuff to look at and what we kind of have time, or what I have time for today, but we're going to make it. 1/64 scale Kyosho Diecast Car Series Beads Collection. Like I had mentioned in the previous half of the video, if you see these Beads Collection ones and you can get them for a good price, I would recommend snagging them. The attention to detail on these is just a slight little step up from the regular Kyosho, and like I said before, regular Kyoshos are fantastically detailed. So I would like Kyosho to start making more 1/64 scale. Now you do have to be very careful. There is a antenna piece up here that if you breathe on it, it may fall off. So we don't want to do that. I'm actually even hesitant just to even take this off the base, but I know I gotta. We're gonna keep the dream alive and take it off. All right. Let's okay, good. If that screw would have been any tighter, I would have gave up and just left it on the base. But I got to take it off eventually to take some cool pictures of it, so might as well just get that done now and then leave it off until I do that and then display it back in its acrylic case. But yeah, so as you can see, we got tons of detail here. Does it roll? That's always a question. Yeah, it rolls. Not like great, but it does. Very, very detailed. It's an R33, which is not like the favorite Skyline. I think a lot of people are more into R32s or R34s. The R33 is like, it's a weird exhaust thing where they got like little cutouts and then it comes out the side. It's kind of neat. Slick tires, racing tires. It's really cool. And again, very detailed. And are we missing a mirror? We are. Sad face. Todd. You probably didn't know. We're missing a mirror, and it's busted off. It's not in here. Wow. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, yeah, it's broken off. It should have been there. Womp womp. That's okay. That's too bad, though. But we're missing a mirror. It'll still take a picture. You barely even notice. I mean, you don't even need that one over there anyway. That's on the driver's side for this car. I mean, just look to your, look to your right. You don't need that mirror. All right. Anywho, anyhow, there's that. Pretty cool, but it's broken. Oh, well. All right. We need to get into... We need to really speed up here. All right. I'm going to start peeling. I should have done this before, but we're going to look at Tomica Premium. And we're going to kind of go through these fast. And I do apologize about it. I really got to start booking here. We've got Ferrari F50. Cool Ferrari, but definitely not F40 cool. The F50 was a little bit not as cool, I guess. I don't know. Tomica Premium, if you're not familiar with them, we got metal body. It's going to have a plastic base. A lot of times they will have an opening part. I don't think this one does, though. No opening doors, nothing on this one. I thought maybe the engine compartment would open, and it does not. These have a very premium feel to them. A lot of times they have suspension too, and this one does not either. Even though the tires are plastic, wheels are plastic, they have a very, very premium feel to them. Mostly that feeling kind of comes from the paint. It just, I don't know, something about the paint on these seems very high quality. Very, very high quality. So let me get out the Lamborghini Essenza SCV12. I'm going to pull that out quick. Grab that. Oh. What, this one's comes. What is going on here? This one comes with instructionals. Are we having to build the car again, Tomica? What? What? Oh yeah. Why do you guys do that all the time? I didn't buy a project, man. I guess maybe just for packaging purposes. These better just snap in. So we got 3 parts. And then, you know, instructions that I can't read, but who needs those? Okay, so I'm going to get the parts out. Now this has become a model building video. We got a spoiler. We got a, what do they call this? Like a rear diffuser or something like that. My car knowledge is just big brain. And then we've got, well, another part of that. Okay, so according to the instructionals, we go scoot that in there. The exhaust bit goes like that, and then the bottom bit goes like that. Well, it snaps in. That's awesome. How much money did you save by not doing that at the factory? I don't know. Maybe quite a bit. To not have to have a process where that's done, they cut the cost by having you do it. And I guess I don't have a problem with that one, because you don't have to glue anything in. You don't have to worry about it. It's all easy to position and stuff like that. Maybe it doesn't fit in the box. Oh, that might be it actually. Just make it smaller. You already are. You're at one. Oh, it's at 170 scale. Seriously? This car is 170 scale? And again, no moving part on this because you have the extra parts. No suspension on it either. This car must be huge. If that's 170 scale, it's a big one. Interesting. But anyway, it looks pretty cool. It's not the prettiest Lambo, I will say. It's wild looking. I guess it's Lamborghini looking. It's just not my favorite. Hot Wheels made one, of course, too, in just almost this exact same livery, and that one looks okay, except they made the rear wheel like way too small, and it looks a little weird. I don't have the car culture chase of this car either from Hot Wheels. That would be a cool one to get. No inserted details for headlights or taillights on this thing either, but I guess it's okay since they had to make 3 extra pieces that you have to assemble. But this one we got the sort of inserted details for headlights, but they're kind of done in that lazy way where you can kind of see the posts that hold in the piece. So, and then the back is not an inserted piece. So I don't know if Tomica Premium is taking like a step back in, not necessarily quality, but just because of cost cutting. And I guess it is what it is, because it's just an unfortunate reality of what's got to be done to keep things affordable for people to buy and strike some sort of balance between features, quality, and price. So it's the way it is. All right, the McLaren Senna. This came out a while ago, quite a while ago. The blue one is the easy one to get. This orange one is the tough one to get. And it's pretty ugly. I mean, really, this one doesn't have suspension either. So we got a lot of atypical stuff going on. This Diablo I'm about to show you, though, if you're not familiar with that, is definitely a cool casting from the Tomica Premium. So there's a lot going on with this car, so I do understand that. I mean, there's just a lot of things, angles, stuff going on with this car that I kind of get that you got to cut some stuff here. But this Diablo, though, is the winner. So the yellow one's really easy to get. This one is like an orange-ish. Yeah, it's orange, not even ish, straight orange. And this one's a little bit tougher to grab. Now, and that's just because it was the limited color. All right, and this is very cool because we get working scissor doors that are done pretty good. This one does not have the suspension, so it's funny. I was looking forward to talking about the suspension in these models, and none of them have it. Painted details for the back, but the coolest factor for me is always these pop-up headlights that have a little switch on the bottom, and you flip it, and the pop-up headlights come up. That's cool. I mean, that's a cool looking Diablo. I like it. I would like to see Tomica Limited Vintage actually do a Diablo. But please, if you do it, just leave the door shut. Okay? We don't need the scissor doors. It's going to screw everything up. Just leave them shut. If you do scissor doors, don't put a window in. Just like this doesn't have a window in. Just don't put a window in. The window's down. It's rolled down. Let some air in there. Because it's going to be bad. It's going to ruin it. All right. We got to really blow through the rest of this stuff. I'm actually trying to get on Lamley's Whatnot live stream today because I want to win something. That would be fun. 1995 Volkswagen Golf Mark III, which by the time you're watching this video is already over with. So, Mark III. Dub. So I believe this is a brand new casting. I've never seen it before anyway myself, from Matchbox Moving Parts. And what I was interested to find out is if this back piece was metal. And it is. Good. All right. Much better when the moving part is metal because the paint matching. A bulky looking Volkswagen. This is like not the glory years of Volkswagen. They all kind of had this like weird bulbousy look to them, kind of. I don't know. It's like between the nice boxy angular look and between like a modern looking Volkswagen with more rounded edges. It's kind of like this weird in between. The 90s, you know. Kind of cheap looking, dare I say. But I don't know, it's got a certain level of charm to it, I guess. That's kind of cool. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. Bugatti. I swear I already have this. I'm like looking at it, and I swear I've already got it, but I don't know where the heck it is, and whatever. I know where this one is. It's opened up in my hand. So these are being sold at Walmart now, too. Hey, this has got suspension. Hey, this has got rubber tires. Hey, it's got an opening front end for what? Why? What is the point? To see what? See that? There's nothing in there. Why did you even bother? Honestly, why did you even bother doing that? Someone tell me why that was necessary at all. Is it fun to open that and shut it? Well, maybe it's like aero. It's like a air brake. Or, you know, whatever. Speed brake, whatever they call it. I don't know. What do they call it on planes when they is it a speed? I don't know. Whenever they do, they change aerodynamics to make it slower. Well, that would slow you down. It'd probably rip it right off. And then we got opening doors, which of course is a staple of these Majorettes, and they do a pretty good job with the opening doors. Pretty cool. This is very highly detailed, actually. We got the Bugatti on the wing there, and pretty good details in the back. This is a solid little Majorette, so they did a good job with it. And I think I actually don't have this now. I don't know. I'm getting weird deja vu with this casting for some reason. I feel like I already have it. Whatever. I might. And if I do, now I got two. All right. But pretty cool. I recommend picking it up at your local Walmart because they are showing up at Walmart now. Both of these. So, all right. Ultra Hots. We can blow through these really quick. A lot of you people don't even care, but they do have like a Spectraflame paint thing going on, which is kind of neat. We're going to open up that Mustang. Not my favorite Mustang casting. I'm going to get the whole set of these, though, just because, again, I dig the wheels. Kind of just dig the look of them. I dig the retro card art. I think it's kind of neat, but even though I'm not going to keep them carded. And we got the Brazilian Dodge Charger. I'm sorry, I'm just really just hammering through this stuff now because this is all we got left. And the one that everybody's going to want, aside from the Sylvia Drift, is going to be this Honda Civic SI. So pretty neat. These are starting to show up at my Target. They were loaded with the old wave of them, so it's taken a while. But they finally got some today. And it's got a little mess up there on the side. These are almost $3 a piece, though. So I guess it could be argued that maybe that makes them not worth it. But I'll end up picking up the whole set of it. Just because. So you guys let me know what you think about the Ultra Hots. I actually dig the whole scheme of it. So, you know my opinion. My buddy Todd thinks they're just ugly and hates them. But you know he's going to pick up one of these. And you know he'll probably pick up that Sylvia Drift too. I bet you he does. Even though he thinks they're ugly, I think they're cool. They just so remind me of my childhood. The style of Hot Wheels back in that day. So, very, very cool. All right. I don't know. What's my favorite of today? We always like to kind of talk about what my favorite is. It actually might be this Diablo. And if not, it's the Ultra Reds. Of course, it's always cool to get these checked off the list. Oh, and the course, the Starion. This is the star car of the show today. It's really sharp. So I'm digging that. All right. Thank you guys again for watching another long Diecast weekly episode. I really do appreciate you tuning in each and every week. And yeah, of course, this is never ending. So we'll see you next time. Peace.